Hello friends, I am Krishna More and today we will gonna share the part 2 of fiber to fabric. In part 1 we have discussed about the fleece, the hairs, some kinds of the animal which yields the wool, and now in this part 2 we will learn about the process of fiber, making the fiber or taking out the fiber from the ships. So friends, the first step is rearing or breeding of the sheep. Step 1. Then shearing is occur. It means this process or the fleece of the sheep, means the hair of the sheep along with the thin layer of the skin is removed from its body, and this process is called shearing. So friends, in this process the fleece or the hairs of the sheep is taken out with a dead layer, means uppermost layer of the sheep, and this process is known as shearing. Then friends comes our second step, known as the sheared skin with the hair is thoroughly washed in the tanks to remove the grease, dust and the dirt, and this process is known as scouring. Nowadays scouring is done by machines. So friends, in this second process, scouring is done. The scouring actually means that all the dust or grease present in the wool are taken out by doing the scouring process, and this helps very much. Okay, nowadays mostly it is done in the machines. Then comes the step 3, which is sorting. Sorting means differentiating, and differentiating of the different types of the textures of the different hairs of the sheep. Do you know that I have told you that there are two types of the hair of the sheep: the coarse bearded hair and the fine soft under hair. So the fine soft under hair are used for making wool and from the wool. So now comes the step 4. You have seen sometimes the small fluffy fibers called the burrs are picked out from the hair. These are same burrs which sometimes appear on your sweater. The fibers are scoured again and dried. This is a wool ready to be drawn into the fibers. So friends, in the step 4, some of the small fluffy fibers are been taken out from the wool, and this process is known as removal of the burrs. Then comes our step 5. The fibers can be dyed in the various colors as the natural fleece of the sheep and goat, like black, brown and white. So some of the sheep have the natural color of their fleece like black, brown or white, but nowadays the people dyed the fleece of the sheep in various colors. And now comes the step 6. The fibers are straightened, combed and rolled into the yarns. The fibers which are unshaped are straightened and then they are combed into the yarns. There is some cardboard like structure, a cylindrical structure. 1 minute. A cylindrical like structure. Yeah. So then the yarns are covered around that cardboard like structure, and these are used as the rolling into the yarn. So friends, this was the process of rolling into the yarn. So friends, now comes the a blue box where it is written that occupational hazard. So friends, this is very important, occupational hazard. So friends, we will see that wool industry is an important means of livelihood for many people in our country, but the sorter's job is risky as sometimes they get infected by a bacterium called anthrax. Friends, please listen it carefully because it is very important for your exams. So occupational hazard. Occupational hazard it has a shortest job and it is risky as sometimes they get infected by a bacterium. There is a bacterium named anthrax which causes a shortage disease or a blood disease, fatal blood disease. So sometimes these risks are faced by the workers in an industry are called occupational hazards. तो दोस्तों आप इसको शॉर्ट फॉर्म में याद रख सकते हैं और ये बहुत ही इम्पोर्टेंट है, इसको ज़रूर याद करना और इसको नोट में अगर आप लिखेंगे तो ये आपको जल्दी से काम आएगा. Friends, then comes our activity, debate amongst your classmates. This is only about debating. Now there is the main topic and it is silk. So friends, silk fibers are also animal fibers and silkworms spin the silk fibers. The rearing of silkworm for obtaining the silk is called sericulture. If in the exam you have asked that what is meaning of sericulture, then you should not answer that it is the process of obtaining silk. You should answer that the rearing of the silkworm. The rearing means उनको जो पालते हुए पोसते हैं उन्हें rearing कहते हैं. फिर हम आते हैं life history of the silk. So the female silk moth lays the eggs. It's similar as like the butterfly. So the female silk moth lays the eggs from which the hatch larvae, which are called caterpillar or silkworm. They grow in the size, and when the caterpillar is ready to enter the next stage of its life history called pupa. So the friends, first step of the life history of the silk moth is the female silk moth lays the eggs on the mulberry leaves. Mulberry leaves is the leaves on the mulberry trees. Then the eggs hatch and the silkworm, or you can also say the larva or the caterpillar, comes out from the eggs. Then they, I think 20 to 30 days they only eat. Only 20 to 30 days they only eat only mulberry leaves. Then after they stop eating and they start preparing some silk fibers around them. After making all these silk fibers, it prepares the cocoon, and this cocoon is purely rich in the protein. So friends, after 2 or 3 weeks, the silk moth comes out of the cocoon, and this cocoon is now used as a silk. So friends, this was mainly a short process for obtaining the silk. So friends, then I told you that protein which hardens on exposure to the air and becomes silk fiber. So friends, this is the protein. It has a small opening at its mouth from where it releases the silk fibers. These are mainly made up of the protein. When they went outside or come outside during the preparation of the cocoon, then only. So friends, after that it turns into cocoon and further development of pupa into the moth inside the cocoon. So this is all about the mulberry silk moth and all the types of the silk. So friends, here I am having some small note about for you. Here is written that from here thus Tasar silk, Mugga silk, Kusa silk. So friends, this is the type of the silk, and this can be asked in your exams. So you should prepare about that. Tasar silk, Mugga silk, Kosa silk, etc. And if the question is asked like that, which is the most common silk moth among all the silk moths or silk, then you have to answer the mulberry silk or mulberry silk moth. So the silk fiber from the cocoon of this moth, of the mulberry silk moth, is soft, lustrous, elastic, and then it can be dyed into the beautiful colors. And then it is made into the beautiful silk sari. Now here there is an activity. You should read this activity. I have no need to read this. Here there is a blue box. You can read this. Friends, if there is, it is a simple logical question that where was first the silk discovered, in which country? then you should know that. And the country is China. In India, women are significantly involved in the various kinds of the industries related to the silk production, and these are rearing of the silkworms, reeling of the silk from the cocoons, and processing the raw silk into the fabrics. But by their enterprise, they contribute to the nation economy. So friends, this is very important. This blue box is very important. There are many blue blocks like the occupational hazard, and also this. Then friend, come to our from cocoon to silkworm. It is only the process. Here we have done the rearing. How we have done about the process of the wool. Then it is the process same is like the wool, like a silkworm. A female silkworm lays hundreds of the egg at a time. Hundreds of their egg. And the eggs are stored carefully on the strips of the clothes or the paper and sold to the silkworm farmer. Here friend, there is again a blue box. You should read this blue box because some of the questions are only asked from this blue box. The exact time of discovery of the silk is perhaps unknown. According to an old Chinese legend, the Empress Si Lungqi was asked by the Emperor Wang Ti to find the cause of the damaged leaves on the mulberry trees by growing in their garden. So friends, ये जो हमारा सिल्क है was discovered by the Empress Si Lungqi and was asked by the Emperor Hung Ti to find the cause. कि जब cause हुआ था डैमेज हुआ था मलबरी ट्रीज ग्रोइंग इन देयर गार्डन, क्योंकि जो सिल्कवर्म होते हैं वो मोस्टली मलबरी लीफ ही खाते हैं, तो इसलिए उनका जो लॉस हो रहा था ट्री में वो क्यों हो रहा था. फिर उसके ऊपर उन्होंने तलाश की. फिर देन दे फाउंड द सिल्क रूट. ये हमारे 6th क्लास में हिस्ट्री में आपको 10th चैप्टर या 11th चैप्टर में आ जाएगा, नो डाउट. तो अभी तो हम साइंस पढ़ रहे हैं, तो चलो इसमें कुछ तो ये हमारा लास्ट पेज है. The larvae are kept in clean bamboo trays along with freshly chopped. Yeah, friends, these clean bamboo trays are like this. These are made up of the bamboos. It has a cross sections also. Here 1 silkworms are kept. So this helps the silkworm to make the silk fibers or the cocoon around them, and then they are sent to the factories where they in the factories the people kill some of the silk moths into the cocoon. इसका ये मतलब है कि जो कुछ cocoons होते हैं उनको हम बॉइलिंग वाटर में डाल देते हैं जब वो फैक्ट्रीज में भेजे जाते हैं, क्योंकि भगवान ने जो हमको दिया है वो भी लिमिटेड ही होना चाहिए. अगर सिल्क मोथ ज़्यादा बढ़ते गए तो फिर उनका लिमिट तो होना ही चाहिए. इसलिए उनमें से कुछ सिल्क मोथ को बॉइलिंग वाटर में डाल देते हैं और फिर हम लोग सिल्क फाइबर्स ऑब्टेन कर लेते हैं. तो ये थी इसकी सारी प्रोसेस. और ये जो लास्ट में हम कोकून में से सिल्क लेते हैं, and that process is known as the reeling of the silk. That process is known as reeling of silk. Here you are given that. So friends, now comes the keyword. These keywords are one type of the notes, but you should make the notes or underline on your textbook, so therefore at the exam time you will be able to find it easily. So friends, now we will see these keywords once. Cocoon, fleece, reeling, scouring, sericulture, shearing, silk moth, silkworm, and sorting. Then here is the exercise. You should do this exercise because I have explained all of it. So friends, this was the part 2 of the fiber to fabric chapter. If you have not seen the part 1, I have given the link of the part 1 in the description. So friends, thank you for listening me and also for seeing my channel Making Science Easy. Also subscribe my channel and like me and share this video to all of your friends. So friends, thank you for listening and have a nice day.